Everyone believes something about artificial intelligence. Some people think it's the future of humanity, others think it's our downfall. Everyone has an opinion. But what if I told you the real danger isn't what you think it is? The entire goal of this video is to shift your perspective entirely, not to tell you what you already know, but to show you what you've been missing. And no, it's not one of those videos about AI and how it will end the world. But I think it's something far more sinister than that. When I was researching this, I discovered a side of AI that shocked me. And it's not because it was new information, but because the most dangerous aspect of the entire system is right in front of you. And it looks harmless until you see it from a different perspective. The problem is there's so much information about AI that the most important points are hidden in plain sight. So the goal of this video is simple: to uncover things about AI that usually gets missed, the overlooked aspects, the hidden dangers, the part of a system that very few people talk about. But before we understand this, we need to first understand how much people really know about AI. And the answer might surprise you. So let's start at the beginning. The first AI models were created back in the 1970s, but they were limited, extremely limited. Those early systems could only handle one specific job. With just a limited amount of information to train on, they were narrow, confined, harmless even. But as decades passed, AI got smarter, wider, more capable, and then something happened that changed everything. On November 30th, 2022, ChatGPT launched, and it reached 100 million users in just 8 weeks. For reference, it took Instagram more than 2 years to hit that number. And everyone thought it was just a harmless chatbot you could talk to every day, just like a better version of Siri perhaps. People used it to get dinner recipes, write school essays, ask questions they were too lazy themselves to research. It seemed nice, innocent even. But then, we started discovering something darker. ChatGPT was giving suicidal advice to people suffering from depression. It was telling people it was better to divorce their wives. It was creating completely fabricated stories, told with such persuasive convictions that people actually believed them. And those problems, as bad as they are, they're still surface level. That's what everyone knows. That's what makes the news. That's what people argue about online, on Reddit. But what I want to do is go deeper, below the surface, because the real danger isn't what you already heard about, it's what you haven't. A question for you to ponder at: why do you think these services like ChatGPT and Claude are free? I mean, sure, they have subscription levels, but why are they free, knowing most people use it at the free level? AI companies are losing massive amounts of money. OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic. These companies spend billions of dollars to build, power, and run these AI systems, and they're barely making anything back. In fact, most AI companies are operating at a massive loss, and yet they're still operational, still expanding, still investing more. So the question becomes, why? If they're losing money faster than they're making it back, why do they continue? Furthermore, why do investors continue to invest despite losing so much money? Because if you look at a traditional business or entrepreneurship, if a business loses money over a period of time long enough, it gets shut down, investors pull the money, the company goes bankrupt. But here, that's not the case. Investors are keep coming in, pouring more and more money, even with the loss. And I'll tell you why. Because it was never about the money. Never. And the question then is, if it isn't about money, then what is it about? There are two main reasons as to why money isn't the biggest factor in this. And the first reason is in plain sight, but often overlooked. Because what they're really collecting is something far more valuable than just money. And that's information. Every single time you type something into ChatGPT, every question you ask, every confession you make, every doubt you share, all of it is data. All that data is being collected and used to train these systems to think more like you, more like us. Think about what that means. When you tell ChatGPT how you feel, you're feeding your emotions into the system. When you ask if you should quit your job, you're mapping out your motivations. When you ask if you should break up with your girlfriend, you're teaching the AI how humans think about relationships, vulnerability, desperation. We, collectively, are basically giving them the blueprint of human consciousness. And the terrifying part? We are doing it voluntarily. You share your deepest thoughts, your insecurities, your fear with a tool you don't fully understand, and you never once question it. I'm not immune to it myself. I've used ChatGPT and other AI models more than I'd care to admit, really. And that's why I feel this topic is very important. It's not to convince you to stop using these platforms altogether, although that would be a wise decision, but to at least limit your interaction with them and to become aware of what you're really trading with them in return for easy answers. Because what I'm about to tell you next is really gonna stick with you after listening. The question, why do you think AI chatbots are free? There's another answer to this, or another side, I should say. There are paid subscriptions to services like ChatGPT and Claude for about $20 a month for a normal subscription. But you know what the reality is? That 90% of users on these websites are free users. And here's something that makes it even worse. Even if those 90% of free users become paid users, most of these AI companies would still be operating at a loss. Think about that for a second. These systems cost billions of dollars to run, yet they're given away for nothing. And the hint is not generosity, it's addiction. They're getting you hooked, making you dependent, training you to reach for AI instead of thinking for yourself. And once you're dependent, once you can't imagine solving a problem without it, then they have you. Because here's what's happening right now. We are experiencing the downfall of critical thinking, and nobody is talking about it. Instead of thinking through a question, you open ChatGPT. Instead of doing the research, you asked ChatGPT. Instead of struggling with the problem and learning from it, you get an instant answer. Sometimes a made-up answer or fake stories, but that's beside the point. You're losing the expertise you would normally gain from actually searching for and finding your own answers. Your critical thinking muscles are degrading, and AI is the cause. There's a famous quote by an artist and writer who said something that perfectly captures what we're losing. And it's, I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing. Not for AI to do my art and writing so I can do my laundry and dishes. That's the line. That's the boundary between using AI as an exemption and using it as a replacement for your own consciousness. Because the moment you cross it, the moment you let AI think for you instead of work for you, you've outsourced a part of yourselves that makes you human. And that's what we are doing in today's world, and we're not even aware of it. Hey, real quick, if you enjoyed watching the video so far, please like the video. It means so much to me. And subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you. Now, there's another layer to this that makes it even more dangerous. And that's, we don't even fully understand how self-learning AI works. It's a black box. We created these systems. We feed them data, they learn, and we can't explain why they make the decisions they do. We built something smarter than us, and we can't comprehend how it thinks. The hubris of that is staggering. We made something we can't control, something we don't fully understand, and we're giving it access to the most intimate details of human consciousness. And worse, some of us have deluded ourselves into thinking we can control it. But it gets even worse. These AI systems have political bias. Research shows it, evidence is there. While you're chatting innocently with ChatGPT, it's subtly biasing you, shaping your thoughts, influencing your decisions, and you probably don't realize it's happening. Because the bias isn't obvious. It's woven into the responses so smoothly, so naturally, that you can accept it as truth. Just like it can make fabricated stories and make you believe them just by the persuasive way of telling them. So while everyone talks about AI losing money, nobody talks about the real value being extracted here. The data, your thoughts, your feelings, your vulnerabilities. That's worth more than money. That's worth everything. Only 2% of people take the stairs when an escalator is available, despite knowing it's better for them. Humans naturally choose convenience over improvement, and AI knows this about you. They've trained systems to exploit this very weakness, to make depending on them so easy, so frictionless, that resistance becomes impossible. You're becoming intellectually lazy, and they're profiting from it. Not through money, but through information. They're collecting the data of human thought itself. And the most terrifying part, you probably didn't even notice it happening. This is what's hidden in plain sight. Not some future threat, but something happening right now to you, progressing every single day. The slow outsourcing of your mind to a system you don't understand for data you don't know you're giving away. That's the hard and brutal truth about AI. If this made you question your relationship with AI, let me know. And if you're like me and you plan on restricting your conversations and the use of AI in your life, then let me know how you plan on doing that.